Good evening, good afternoon. I'm your host Kiara on the Revelation Bible channel, and I want to welcome you back to another episode. So today I thought I was gonna do a different video than I usually do, and I'm gonna tell my testimony. So it actually goes way back. So let's begin at the beginning. For 13 years, I was 13 when I started to have symptoms of anxiety and depression. I grew up in a household, even though it was a Christian household. My dad had Christian values. But my mother, she literally emotionally and abused me, verbal abused me, and even hit me and all that kind of things. I really hope this story can be a reminder and also help somebody out there to get over the fear and get over the anxiety and get over the depression. And so now that I look back, I noticed that when I was 13 I had signs of depression already, thoughts of suicide, of not being here anymore, not worth it. My self-confidence and my self-image literally took a really hit with everything, especially with the verbal abuse that was going on. I was literally on a stage that I didn't want to be here anymore, and I felt worthless and didn't want to live anymore. And I think that's also one of the enemy's lies, that he puts it in your head that you're not worth it, that you're not loved, especially if you grow up thinking and knowing and hearing that you will not go far in life, you are not worth it. Stuff like that. It's not nice. So the other thing is, so I began when I was 15. I kind of tried to get into the groove of things, to get closer to God, and starting to do Bible studies. And I never could really hold up with anything, to be quite honest. Even though I knew Jesus, I couldn't hold up to anything. I was a very quiet kid growing up. Sat and read, usually was in my room all the time. It was my safe space on the end of the day. So I grew up to read and do Bible study and all that things. I didn't know about being born again, to be quite honest. I didn't know it was needed. You can grow up in a Christian household, but it doesn't mean that you're not born again. So that's your decision you must make to become born again. And my life was a colorful situation. It was something else to go through, and when I turned 18, stuff just went worse and worse and worse, until the point that I was so depressed that I was thinking how I can commit suicide, and because the verbal abuse became much worse. And it was a bad space to be in, especially mental wise. I had anxiety attacks maybe every hour, maybe even less than that. Then the panic attack started. That was also the worst time of my life, to be quite honest. Especially if you think you're dying, but you're not really dying, because it's your brain playing this trick on you, and it's insane actually. So I also had social anxiety. I couldn't be around people. I actually then got anxiety and even sometimes panic attacks if I were around a lot of people. So I couldn't be around a lot of people. Um, so in 2019 also tried to get in the groove of things. Was very lukewarm, on off, never really stuck or sticked. Yes, that was a it was a difficult time for me, especially when I turned 18 back in 2020. Yes, 2020. So it was a difficult time for me, to go through. I literally lost like 9 kilograms in 2 weeks' time. Because I didn't eat because of my depression that I was in. I was literally in a deep state of depression in December of 2020, that I was literally planning how to commit suicide. I was literally planning how I can get out of this because I didn't see a light in the tunnel or a way out. And then I literally started praying to God and asking, please remove me from the situation that I'm in. I don't want to be here anymore. I cried myself to sleep at night. I had multiple nights that I cried myself to sleep at night, or I cried myself till the point that I don't even have tears anymore. So it was on that stage and point. I also had didn't sleep at night. I couldn't sleep. I was so depressed, and I was just scrolling on TikTok and scrolling, and TikTok and social media kind of became my safe space to get away from things. And it isn't a really good thing to have that as a safe space, especially when you get out of the house. Now you must begin to work and everything like that, but that was a safe space for me, and music was a safe space for me at that time, to listen to music and to scroll on TikTok and do videos on TikTok. And I really felt lost and unloved and unworthy, and yes, it really, my self-esteem was down to the ground, my self-image was down to the ground. My mental health was literally down to the ground, that I just didn't want to be here anymore. So I moved out in 2021 February, and for the first time in my life I could actually see a difference and feel a difference, that I felt free for the first time in my life. And I met my husband March of 2021. We began dating in June. He asked me to marry him in November, and we got married in November of 2022. So that is that part of my story. He is literally the light that was, and he literally helped me through everything. I was in therapy for a very, very long time. I had to do a lot of work to get to a point to be good, that I can be around people. Still wasn't a good place to be, still around a lot of people. I still were at multiple times that we must go home because I couldn't do the social situation. I couldn't. In the nights I usually had nightmares. I had PTSD also of everything that happened. I couldn't sleep at night sometimes. Other nights I could sleep, but then I get night terrors, or I got panic attacks in my sleep that I didn't recall the next morning. So it was really, really a bad place to be. Still, with the PTSD going on and everything like that. So I was still in therapy, still trying to figure out how to do everything, how to work through everything. it gone a little bit better, and it was still not gone. It was still not gone. 2023 was a very, very rough year. A lot happened in 2023. I will not go into detail about that, but a lot happened. 2024, a lot happened as well. For the first year, I became really, really depressed again, and to such a state that I am on medication on that stage of time, and with anxiety and depression, that I didn't eat again. Usually when I get depressed, that time frame, I don't eat. I have sleepless nights. It's terrible. It really was a terrible time as well. And yes, so in October of last year, 2024, the 13th to be exact, I literally became born again. And I can truly, truly, truly say Jesus changed my life for the better. He changed my life for everything that happened in my past. Nothing will compare to it. That I feel now, the joy, the peace, and the freedom I feel now, especially having a relationship with Him and having the Holy Spirit in me for the first time, to feel that comfort, to feel that peace, to feel that love, that void that I felt in my heart. I now know it was Jesus missing in it. Even though I grew up in a Christian household, yes, the thing is, Christianity is a relationship with Jesus. It's not a religion, and on the end of the day, when you become born again, you become a child of God. So you have a relationship with Jesus, you have a relationship with the Holy Spirit, you have a relationship with God. Something that you don't have really if you just grew up in a Christian household. So I got born again. It's been amazing this couple of months since then. So it is really been a journey to renew my mind, to get away from all this negative thinking, overthinking. I was an introvert when I was a teenager, and even when I was little I was an introvert, and I literally became an extrovert when I became born again. I literally became an extrovert. I am a very bubbly person now. I can speak to anyone, don't have social anxiety anymore. I don't have depression anymore, and I don't have anxiety anymore. Literally, Jesus literally took away everything that used to hold me bound, that used to be a bondage to me, that used to be a hurdle for me to get through the day. And on the end of the day, that literally keeps you from being the full potential person you are. And Jesus is really the freedom to everything that will ever hold you back mental wise. I don't say that your life will be perfect. That's why the Holy Spirit is there to sanctify us and to help us on the right path and keep us on the right path. Especially if you look at today's news and everything is so negative in this world. It's this, you kind of sometimes sit and wonder, where is the light, And I can truly say, if you start to have a relationship with Jesus, you see and you get the light. You truly do. And I literally got baptized yesterday, the 2nd of February 2025, and I feel that was the next step to having a full journey in my faith and in my relationship with Jesus and with God and with the Holy Spirit. And my passion that I have is to win souls. That's my gift that the Holy Spirit gave me. And the funny thing is, it's really very funny if you think about it, because I had social anxiety. I was an introvert, and my calling is literally to be an evangelist. And how do you take literally a person that is an introvert, that had social anxiety, and turn them into a social person? And it really is amazing what God does for you in your life, what Jesus does, and the fact that He loves you so much that He takes away everything that held you bound and that you didn't see a light in, and that you didn't see a future in. And I think that is really important to remember, that even though someone watching this video, that you are in a dark place, there is still hope, there is still a way out. There's still a way out of everything that you are going through, every pain, every heartache, every mental and physically pain. There is a way out, and the way is Jesus. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and He is the most loving and perfect Father that you would get in every situation, and He doesn't let you down. His plans always prosper, and His plans are with everything, and to hold on to His hand and to see a bright future ahead of you. So I really hope this testimony can bring a lot of light for you, and make you feel not alone in this world as I felt. And if you really have any questions, or you really just need prayer or something, let me know in the comments down below, and I will definitely put you on my prayer list. And I really hope you enjoy your day. If you liked the video, and if it changed your perspective on things, please like and comment and subscribe. And really hope you have a blessed day, and that God will bless you abundantly. Bye.